Welcome to the Battle of the Books competition for the 2019-2020 school year. I'm Ronelle Williams of KSN News, your host for this program, and joining me are the student teams from Anderson, Gammon, Gardiner, and Isely elementary schools. These teams have already competed in preliminary rounds at their schools in order to appear on today's program. We're looking forward to, of course, some exciting games. Students were given a list of 64 books to read. They need to be familiar with events, characters, and authors of the books to answer the questions. They'll also give a book talk about one title from the list. Each team has drawn a book title and was given 15 minutes to prepare a 3-minute presentation about the book. These book talks were taped earlier and will be seen later in the program. 12 points are possible for the book talk, and the points will be added to the scores in all of the rounds. The first two teams to compete are Anderson and Gammon Elementary. Students, would you go ahead and introduce yourselves and go ahead and tell us the title of your favorite book? We'll go ahead and start with Gammon.
My name is Ryan Trout, and my favorite book is Home of the Brave by Katherine Applegate.
My name is Laura Alabadi, and my favorite book is Turtle in Paradise by Jennifer Holm.
My name is Rayanne Yassine, and my favorite book is The Red Pencil by Andrea Davis Pinkney.
My name is Victoria Ma, and my favorite book is World According to Humphrey by Bernie.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and go over to Anderson now.
My name is Braxton James, and my favorite book is Real Friends by Shannon Hale.
My name is Amy, and my favorite book is Maybe, a novel by Caroline Starr Rose.
My name is Erica Ortiz, and my favorite book is
It's all right. Tough choice, I know.
Gertie's Leap to Greatness by Kate Beasley.
Hi, my name's Alo Jing, and my favorite book is The Blessing Teapot.
Okay, very nice. All right, now we'll review the rules so that the audience will know how the game is played. Each match will consist of 20 questions given to alternating teams. Team members have 30 seconds to answer. They may confer about the answer, but only the person with the book may say the answer. 5 points will be awarded for a correct title, with 5 points added if the team can also name the author. If the team cannot answer the question or the answer is incorrect, the other team is allowed 5 seconds to give an answer. 5 points will be awarded for the correct title. The winning team in the first round will compete against the winning team of the second round for our final match. First, let's take a look at the book talks from our first two competing teams.
Hey guys, I'm in the Minecraft library. Where are you?
I'm in the jungle looking for someone. What about you, Amy?
Oh, I'm in the cave mining for some diamonds. Where are you, Olu?
I'm in the desert looking for some sandstone.
Hey, want to meet up?
Sure, what do you want to meet?
How about the library?
Okay.
I wonder if we were here in real life if they would have my favorite book.
What is your favorite book?
It's The Mad Wolf's Daughter by Diane Maygrass.
Oh, I think I know a little bit about that book. It's about a girl named Dress that is trying to rescue her captured brothers. But as she does that, she gets chased uphill by some knights.
I think I know a little bit of the characters. Dress, Grimble, Emmerich, and Tig.
Man, I'd be sad if one of my siblings got kidnapped by anything. I'd be scared.
I would like to live in the Mad Wolf's castle. It's really big.
This concludes our book talk.
What are you doing, Ryan? It's 3 a.m.
Oh, I have to read this book named Blessing Cup by Patricia Polacco because I have a competition next week.
Oh, I really like that book because Anna is the main character, and her mother gets a tea set from Minsk from her aunt on her wedding day, and there was a note on the crate, and it said, "Whoever drinks from this teacup and tea set will be blessed with their life never poor, and they will never be hungry, and their life will be full of flavor.
What are you guys talking about? It's 3 a.m.
You're gonna wake up all the other campers.
Oh, after this book named The Blessing Cup, because there's a book competition next week, and I'm really stressed about it.
Oh, I really enjoyed that book because her dad got a sickness, but there was a doctor and the doctor helped, but the Russians invaded his house and he told them to go while he distracted them, and they left, but they left the tea set there, except they brought 1 cup back with them.
Yeah, because Russians back then, they didn't like Jews.
Oh, I really remember the part at the end where they immigrate to America, and then at the very, very end, Patricia Polacco was Anna's great-great-great-granddaughter, and she had that 1 cup, and she had 2 children. She wanted to give that cup to her 2 children, but there was only 1 cup. So suddenly one day there was an earthquake and it split that cup in half, and so each of her children got to take 1/2 of the cup.
Well, it sounds like a pretty interesting book, but I still have to finish it for the next week's book competition.
Well, you can just bring the book onto the fishing trip tomorrow, and you can fish while you read.
Okay. So we should get some sleep so then we can get ready for that trip tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good night.
Anderson earned 10 points on their book talk, and Gammon Elementary earned 12 points. They'll start the round with those scores. The team from Anderson will answer the first question. Okay, Anderson. In which book do the characters refer to the atom bomb as the Thunderbolt?
We don't know.
Okay. Gammon, you have a chance to steal.
Sadako and the 1,000 Paper Cranes by Core.
That's correct. Okay, Gammon. Name the book where you learn that footprints made by astronauts on the moon stay forever because there's no wind on the moon.
Meet Neil Armstrong by Edwards.
That's correct.
Meet Neil Armstrong by Edwards.
It's not the exact. You have a chance to steal, Anderson.
Who was Neil Armstrong?
Yes, that's correct.
Who was Neil Armstrong?
Okay, Anderson. In this book, the prestigious Academy of Sciences offers a medal worth 3,000 francs to anyone who could find the mathematical formula to predict patterns of vibration. Name the book.
Nothing Stops Sophie by Cheryl Bardo.
Okay, that's correct. Gammon. In what book do the main characters cruise around in a 200 horsepower rock and roll chariot of flaming coolness looking for trouble?
The Bad Guys by Blavely.
That's correct. Anderson. In what book does the main character feel betrayed by her mother?
Is it Gertie's Leap to Greatness?
No, that's incorrect. Gammon, you have a chance to steal.
A Family Apart by Nixon.
That's correct. Gammon. In what book had it been 45 years since Annabelle had last seen her Auntie Sarah?
The Doll People by Martin.
That's correct. Anderson. in which book did a broken bicycle, a tractor fan, and melted plastic pipe solve a major problem for an entire community?
The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind.
That's correct. You know the author? No? Gammon, in which book did a girl have a family gathering at her grandmother's every Saturday where her grandmother would recite poems?
Turning Pages by Sonia Sotomayor.
That's correct. Anderson, in which book did one of the main characters get to see a picture of himself as an older person?
We don't know.
Okay. Gammon, you have a chance to steal. Okay. Oh, almost forgot about that. All right, the correct answer was Good Night for Ghosts by Osborne. Gammon, in which book did Sam and Joe begin digging for treasure, but begin thinking they might really be digging their grave?
Not So Jolly Roger by Sheshka.
That's correct. Anderson, in which book do we learn about a young girl named Sarah Parsec who used satellite images to find archaeological sites?
We don't know.
Okay. Gammon, you have a chance to steal.
Hurricane Watch.
That's incorrect. It's Ancient Egypt by Drimmer. Gammon, in which book do you read about young people from a poor community who change their lives through music?
Ada's Violin by Hood.
That's correct. Anderson, in which book does a character have a bird that scouts the area around them for enemies?
Is it the Battlestar?
The Battlestar? No, that's incorrect. Gammon, you have a chance to steal.
Madwell's Daughter by Maygrass.
That's correct. Gammon, in which book does a girl carry out a plan to try to make money for her family by taking something that doesn't belong to her?
How to Steal a Dog by O'Connor.
That's correct. Anderson, in which book does Betty use a dictionary to name a new toy based on the definition of graceful, curvy movement?
The magical thing that came from a spring. The marvelous thing that came from a spring.
That's correct.
By Gilbert Ford.
Yes, that's correct as well. Gammon, name the book in which two boys have a crush on Ruby Dinsmore.
Big Nate Blast Off by Lincoln Purse.
That's correct. Anderson, Nobuo bombed the Oregon forest twice, hoping it would catch on fire, but he was not successful. Name the book in which this happened.
30 Minutes Over Oregon.
That's correct.
No.
No author, okay. Gammon, the family stopped at Esso service station in Georgia where Daddy bought a pamphlet that listed places in many states where African Americans would be allowed to sleep, eat, and shop. Name the book.
Ruth the Green Book by Ramsey.
Yes, that's correct. Anderson, the main character in this book did not get along with his art teacher. Name the book.
Can you repeat the question?
The main character in this book did not get along with his art teacher. Name the book.
Is it The World According to Humphrey?
No, that's incorrect. Gammon, you have a chance to steal.
Beasts of the Rhoda by Cleary.
No, that's incorrect. Dragon Hatcher, Jeremy Thatcher by Coville. That's the correct answer. Gammon, the main character in which book is on a mission to be the best fifth grader who ever lived to be?
Gertie's Leap to Greatness by Beasley.
That's correct. And we just move on to the... Okay, I guess that wraps up the first round. So now, it's all about you guys once again. We'll go ahead and start with Gammon. And I just want to ask you guys what grades you're in. So we'll go ahead and start with you guys because I can't really tell. It's been a while since I've been in elementary school. Yeah, we can go ahead and start with you.
I'm fifth grade.
Fifth grade?
Fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Fourth grade.
Okay. Anderson?
Fifth grade.
I'm in fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Okay. And I got to ask, how's fifth grade going?
It's
Good.
okay.
Just good? Okay. I remember those years. I think I gave my mom that same answer every single day when I came home from school. How was school? It was good. Okay. Same two answers every time. What about you guys? How's fifth grade going and fourth grade for you on the end?
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good.
Okay. Fine too. That was one of my other favorite words.
It was fun. Really fun.
Okay, good. And because we're at Battle of the Books, I'm just curious, how many we can kind of go as a team. How many books did you guys read? Because you have to read them collectively, right? Okay. How many books did you guys read?
Too many. Maybe most of them.
I know I read 42 books, and we didn't read one book, so in total we read
61.
63 books.
Oh wow, that's a lot. And
63.
over what time period? Over what time
Since the
span?
beginning. Since the beginning of the year.
Since the
when
beginning
we
of the year,
started
so
Battle of the Books.
Okay.
Well, some of us read over summer, just like a couple books. That's
yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah, kind of thinking ahead, right?
The winter break.
Okay.
Yeah. And our teacher had a system where she cut up the list into 4, her color list. So there was green, purple, blue, and red, and it would give students it was supposed to educate them and make them have a goal, like finish the red list, finish the green list, not
Okay.
just go willy-nilly spinning around the list.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and move on. I'll ask you guys some more questions a little bit later on. The final score in this game was 45 for Anderson and 117 for Gammon Elementary. So a big congratulations to Gammon, and you'll meet the winner of our next match in the final round of Battle of the Books. Let's go ahead and take a look at the book talks from the teams in round 2.
What are you reading? I'm reading Family Apart.
What is it about?
It's about Mrs. Kelly, and she is weak and old and disabled, and she can't take care of her kids, so they have to go for adoption.
Who are the characters?
The characters are Mrs. and Mr. Busby Mike, Megan, Peggy, and Petey.
What happened in the story?
The kids had to go up for adoption.
Where did they go? Where did they go?
Hill West. And this concludes our book title.
So close! So close! Yes! We made it to the final level! What are we looking for now?
We're looking for a great book. Do you see one?
Oh, I see one over there. It's The Boxcar Children by Gertrude Warner.
We need the characters and the setting.
Oh, I see the characters right behind the creeper. The characters are Benny, Jesse, Violet, Henry, and Dr. Philip, do you know what the doctor's name is? Yeah. His name is Dr. Moore. Oh, and I see the setting right through the left trap door. The setting is in an old abandoned boxcar and in Silver City. This is the hardest part. We need the power-ups. We need power-ups.
Over there.
Right there.
Right there. Got the flaming sword.
We need the problem, we need the problem, the climax, and the resolution. They're over there, right under that right trap door.
Behind the creeper.
The problem is that Jesse, Henry, Violet, and Benny are orphans, and they don't want to go to their grandpa's because their grandfather doesn't like their mother. The climax is they live in an abandoned boxcar, and Henry goes and works for Dr. Moore in Silver City, and then Violet gets sick. The resolution is that they go to Dr. Moore, and Dr. Moore finds their grandfather, and they go live with their grandfather.
So close.
So close. Yes! We made the grand prize level.
This concludes our book talk.
The competitors in our next round are from Gardiner and Isely elementary schools. So let's go ahead and have you tell us your names as well as the title of your favorite book. We'll go ahead and start with Gardiner.
Turtle in Paradise.
Oh, actually, we're going to go ahead and start with Isely.
My name is Riley, and my favorite book is The Westing Game.
My name is Shatanya, and my favorite book is Big Nate Blasts Off by Pierce.
My name is Philip, and my favorite book is Words on Fire by Nielsen.
My name is Serenity, and my favorite book is Smile by Tagelmeyer.
Okay, and Gardiner?
My name is Haley, and my favorite book is Turtle in Paradise.
My name is Ellen, and my favorite book is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Get Away by Jeff Kinney.
My name is Jose, and I like Real Friends by Shannon Hill.
My name is Lucas, and my favorite book is The Old Willis Place.
Okay, very nice. Well, it's nice to meet all of you. And Gardiner Elementary will begin the round with 8 points, and Isely Elementary starts with 12 points from their book talks. The Gardiner Elementary team will answer the first question. In which book does a young cub lose his mother and is left to survive on his own?
Whitney's Great War.
Can you repeat that, please?
Whitney's Great War.
No, that's incorrect. You have a chance to steal, Isely.
Winnie's Great War. By Maddock.
That's correct. Isely. In this book, the main character travels through Dimwood Forest to scout out food sources near Newhouse. Name the book.
Poppy by Avi.
That's correct. Gardiner. Jared, Mallory, and Simon have just moved with their mother to an old house that belonged to their great aunt. It's an odd house, and they hear something rustling inside the walls. They think it might be a squirrel. Name this book.
The Spiderweb Chronicles.
That's incorrect. Isely, you have a chance to steal.
The Field Guide by Deterlazine Black.
That's correct. Isely, name the book in which Miss Lillian has a stroke the day Georgie and Diana disappear.
The Old Willis Place by Han.
That's correct. Gardiner, some of the new things Keck sees in America are a fat shirt, which is a coat, a flying boat, which is an airplane, and brown sticks with strange and beautiful red food, which are French fries and ketchup. Name this book.
The Home of the Brave.
That's correct. And the author?
We don't know.
Okay. Isely, the knight in this book makes sure that he keeps his armor clean and takes his afternoon nap. Name this book.
The Adventures of Sir Lancelot the Great by Morris.
That's correct. Gardiner, the main character's great-great-aunt arrives one day in a helio cheese copter in the yard. In which book?
We don't know.
Isely, you have a chance to steal.
Rosie Revere and the Raucous Riveters by Beatty.
That's correct. Isely, when a family's sign is carved into a tree, other tribes know not to trap or hunt from that spot. Name that book.
Sign of the Beaver by Spear.
That's correct. Gardiner, when the main character joins the group, she finally gets to be part of the popular crowd at school. Name this book.
Real Friends.
That's correct. And the author?
Shannon Hill.
That's correct. Isely, in which book does a man study art before designing stained glass windows for churches, illustrating books and magazine articles before creating paintings and murals for a natural history museum?
Tigers in Tea with Toppy by Curly.
That's correct. Gardiner, in which book is the main character named Official Couturière, I apologize for the mispronunciation, to honor her for the gowns she designed for a ball in Omaha, Nebraska?
Fancy Party Gowns.
That's correct. And the author?
No.
Okay. Isely, a doctor named Antoinette inspires this main character to become a doctor after she cares for her very sick baby brother. Name this book.
Seraphina's Promise by Burke.
That's correct. Gardiner, in this biography, you learn that there is a monument in Jericho, Vermont, dedicated to this world-famous farmer scientist.
We don't know.
Okay. Isely, you have a chance to steal.
We don't know.
Okay. It's Snowflake Bentley by Martin. Isely. In this book, Anna and her parents never had enough money, but her father would say they were richer than kings. Name the book.
The Blessing Cup by Patricia Polacco.
That's correct. Gardiner. In what book would you meet a little sister that is impossible to deal with?
Beatrice and Ramona.
That's correct. Do you know the author?
Belbury Clary.
That's correct. Isely. In which book did an ice cream salesman take part in criminal activities?
Sammy Keys and the Hotel Thief by Van Dronen.
That's correct. Gardiner. In which book do a sister and brother ride a magnetic underground train from Seattle to Paris in less than 30 minutes?
We don't know.
Isely, you have a chance to steal.
Samantha Spinner and the Super Secret Plans by Russell Ginns.
That's correct. Isely, in which book do you read that most fossils are found in sedimentary rocks?
Rocks and Minerals by Seymour Simon.
That's correct. Gardiner, in which book do you read the history of Jim Bowie's adventures as a famous knife fighter?
The Adventures of Shirley and Salam.
No, that's incorrect. Isely, you have a chance to steal.
We don't know.
Okay. The correct answer is Alamo All-Stars, A Texas Tale by Hale. Isely, in which book does the main character receive a sturdy twig as a birthday present?
The Red Pencil by Andrea Davis Pinkney.
That's correct. Very good. Okay, and while things are getting tallied up, it's time to figure out what's going on with you guys as far as how many books you've had to read. I asked the last group that. We'll go ahead and start with Gardiner.
We forgot.
Yeah, we lost count.
It's okay. That means that you read a lot of them, I'm sure. So you don't have to worry about that. What about you, Isaac?
We've read pretty much all of them.
That was the total, 64,
Yeah,
all of them?
64.
Okay. I'm sure you guys were probably close to that. And I'm just curious, have you guys been in Battle of the Books before this year? Have you done it before?
Not here, but I've done it in the past.
Okay, like in another school district?
No, at this school district, just I didn't make it here.
Oh, okay, okay. But and the rest of you have here? Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay.
He's the only one who's done it.
Oh, okay, okay. And Gardner, have you guys?
This is Gardner's first time.
Oh, okay. Well, first time, but I'm sure it won't be the last. All right, and something else I'm curious about. I know you guys had to read, these books for this competition, but I'm sure you guys do like to read as well. And when you do read, not that this is about me, but I'm just going to throw this out there. When I was your age, I really liked to go to the library, and that's how I got into meteorology. Was you would always find me in the library, and I would always like to get in those, those comfortable. What are they? I think they're bean bags. You know how libraries have those, something comfortable that you want to get in. So I'm sure you guys like to do that as well, where you like to find the most obscure seat you can and get kind of comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys are the same way.
I sleep in my bed.
In your bed, that's a good place. I used to do that, and then I had the issue of falling asleep. So Yeah, I couldn't do that as much. But yeah, that's definitely a comfortable place as well to do that. And I'm just curious, any of you guys can give me an answer. Why do you think it's important to read?
So your fluency will be good and it may help you get a job.
Okay, I like that answer. Anybody else want to give any thoughts? Why it's important to read?
Because it's good for you.
Okay, it's good for you. That it is. Okay, the score in this round was 38 for Gardiner Elementary and 132 for Isely Elementary. Congratulations to Isely Elementary. You will meet the winner of the first round of the championship match. And while we change teams for our final round, let's see if you can answer some questions about last year's books. We're ready to start our final battle. The winner of this round will be one of our champions for the 2019-2020 school year. The teams are from Gammon and Isely Elementary Schools. Good luck to both teams. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the questions, and Gammon is going to begin this final round. In what book was the phrase, "You can't imagine how delicious it is to feel the water rushing over your head when you dive straight to the bottom"?
The Ugly Duckling by Pinckney.
That's correct. Isely, in which book is the main character worried that Mrs. Brisbane will get rid of him since Miss Mack is leaving?
The World According to Humphrey by Bernie.
That's correct. Gammon, in which book do you learn about condensation where a substance changes from a gas to a liquid?
A Drop of Water by Walter Wick.
That's correct. Isely, Kate has a friend, Parker, who was homeschooled but now goes to her school and lives next door by the almond tree orchard. In which book?
The 3 Rules of Everyday Magic by Hill.
That's correct. Gammon, returning home from the hospital for a visit, Peg's father and brother had to carry her up and down the stairs. Name the book.
Small Steps by Carrot.
That's correct. Isely. The main character in this book goes to speech class once a week to help her pronounce words correctly. She is encouraged to speak only English in speech class. Name the book.
Stella Diaz Has Something to Say by Dominguez.
That's correct. Gammon. The storms that form over the Atlantic Ocean can be 10 miles high and more than 100 miles wide. Name the book where you learn this information.
Hurricane Watch by Stewart.
That's correct. Isely. When Mrs. Mitchell asked Ted why he was at the Anderson place, he said he was there for a Boy Scout project. Name the book.
Room 1 by Clements.
That's correct. Gammon. When Sam came across a rattlesnake, the dog was able to scare it away with a low growl in his throat. Name the book.
Rescue on the Oregon Trail by Messner.
That's correct. Isely. Which book features characters including humans, trolls, dwarves, and gnomes?
Grump by Shirtliff.
That's correct. Gammon. Which book foreshadows the character's fate from this quote? Notice the bright halo around the moon. According to legend, that tells of a coming storm. Count the stars inside the ring. 1, 2. That means the storm is 2 days away.
Shipwreck.
That's the author? The title was correct. I didn't want to interrupt you guys. Okay. You got the title, but not the author. The author was Corman. Isely. Which book tells about a woman who was born before the United States became a country and died 97 years later? She saw the country expand from shore to shore and include transportation by railways and steamships.
Eliza by McNamara.
That's correct. Gammon. Because Zuri only had a mom, she was mad on Parents' Night. In what book did this happen?
Meet Janitra Brown by Grimes.
That's correct. Isely. In this book, a horse drinks coffee and Coca-Cola. What book is this?
Sergeant Reckless by McCormick and Bruno.
That's correct. Gammon. In this book, the main character accepts responsibility for the other den animals having to go hungry and invites them to a big feast. Name the book.
Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl.
That's correct. Isely. In this book, the main character builds a large flapjack griddle. Name the book.
Paul Bunyan by Stephen Kellogg.
That's correct. Gammon. In what book does a boy give his dog a haircut on only one side and cuts a J into the fur?
Boxcar Children by Warner.
That's correct. Isely. In what book does the main character Elise make friends with the bully's friend, Caroline, once Caroline discovers how mean Amanda had been to Elise?
8 Keys by LaFleur.
That's correct. Gammon. In which book are the main characters faced with a mysterious building with no doors?
Sammy Keys and the Hotel Thief.
That's incorrect.
Samantha Spinner and the Super Secret Plans by Russell Kins.
That's incorrect. The correct answer was At the Bottom of the World by Bill Nye. Isely, in which book can you find a character from the Kingdom of Backyard?
The Legend of Rock, Paper, Scissors by Drew Daywalt.
That's correct. Okay, that's the last of the questions. Everybody can loosen up a little bit while the scores are being tallied. And I got to be honest, you know, I'm listening to a lot of these book titles. Is there anything that you can think of that would or should be made into a movie that you guys think I would like? We'll start with you guys.
Samantha Spinner and the Super Secret Plans by Russell Kins.
What's that about?
Well, this girl, so she has this uncle. I forgot the name of the uncle, but he always wears these orange flip-flops, and then he disappears. And then he leaves, so there's this Samantha and her brother and her big sister. And her big sister gets like $1 million, and then her little brother gets a baseball team, and then she just gets a red umbrella with a word written, kind of not written, but kind of on it.
Yeah.
And then she like takes this underground subway, and it's really funny.
I'm intrigued. Yeah?
I think Sammy Keys and the Hotel Thief would be a really good movie because the Sammy Keys and the Hotel Thief it has like a mystery, and it's humorous, and it's like you can't let go of it once you start it.
Okay. I'll be on the lookout for that one. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like At the Bottom of the World by Bill Nye should be a really good movie because it's a first of a 3-part series, and the first one was really good. It's about these kids who are legally adults, and they're foster, they're invited by a person named Henry Witherspoon to go to Antarctica. So in Antarctica, they find out that a scientist is missing, and they go find the scientist.
Okay. Well, hopefully there's somebody on these teams that will, if the movies don't come out, you'll be able to just go ahead and make them yourselves. All right, the score in our tournament today was 97 for Gammon Elementary and 112 for Isely Elementary. Our winner today is Isely Elementary. Oh, the prizes. And a round of applause. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hand these out to you guys. And you can go ahead and pass these down. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hang on, we got something else down here. We can go ahead and pass these down as well. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, way to go, everybody. Another round of applause for them. Your dedication and teamwork throughout the year was a great accomplishment, and we're proud of you and all of the students who participated on the teams in our schools. Thanks for your efforts, and thank you also to the library and classroom teachers and parents for all they have contributed. Make sure you join us again this afternoon at 2 here on WPS TV, Cox Cable Channel 20, or usd259.org/WPS TV online to see another exciting Battle of the Books competition. Keep reading.